John Candy Month comes to an end with the film Delirious that came out in 1991. Is it a comedy masterpiece like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? No way. Is it really terrible? Well, no. It's entertaining, fun. It never tries to be anything more. And it's kind of interesting. It's a comedy about a soap opera because 2 months earlier in that same year came Soap Dish starring Sally Field and Kevin Kline. And that film was funny too, but in my opinion, Soap Dish was a little bit funnier than Delirious. But I'm still saying Delirious is not a terrible film. It's not. John plays Jack Gable, a screenwriter for a soap opera titled Beyond Our Dreams. Jack has a crush on his leading lady Laura, played by Emma Samms, who Jack is blinded by her beauty, but everybody else sees past that, saying she's not a nice person, but Jack's just too blinded. Jack doesn't get any respect from his colleagues and people on the show because Jack is such a nice guy and people just look over him and just go over his head a lot. And when Jack wants to get away, he thinks he found and Laura wants to go with them. Then when she gets back with her leading man, played by David Raish, I think his name is, he pulls up the trunk, gets hit in the head, and gets knocked out. When he wakes up, he thinks doesn't know what's going on. The actor Dave is examining him, and he thinks, "What's going on here? Why y'all examining me? What are y'all doing?" He thinks he's on the set, but it turns out he's actually in a hospital. When he looks outside, the town he created is alive, and he thinks he's in hell. John plays that pretty funny too. And he also discovers whenever he uses his typewriter, everything he writes comes true. Boy, you get the insanity fun on that part, and then he is on his own soap opera. It's kind of like that Twilight Zone episode where a world of his own, whenever he speaks in this microphone and describes things, everything comes alive. Kind of similar to that. I don't want to tell you anymore, but it's just a fun film that kind of, in a way, it's a parody of soap operas. I mean, Emma Samms is a soap opera actress, so she had no problems here. Mariel Hemingway was good. Raymond Burr, playing out of his Perry Mason role, was good. David Raish is good. Charles Rocket was funny. The late, great Charles Rocket. And I'm sad he passed away. And Dylan Baker, who is in this film, and he also starred, well, he had a small role in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. It also starred John Candy, but it's not a real small role, but he does make quite an impression whenever he's on screen in that film, and he does the same here. All the actors do their parts well. John, you can clearly see he's having fun with this movie. It just looks like he had a big blast making it. You could just see a lot of laughing on and off camera. Emma Samms has a dance scene with John Candy, and from what I heard, they didn't use any stunt doubles. It was really them doing their dance, and she said she was amazed at what a great dancer he was despite his massive size. You know what I mean? It's a shame this film didn't get good amount of reviews. Maybe he didn't think it was too funny. I thought it was one of his underrated comedies. Like I said, it's not a masterpiece, but I don't think it tries to be. It never tries to be any more than what it is. Like John Candy said in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, what you see is what you get, and that's basically what this movie is. I'm surprised the movie Soap Dish, other soap opera, didn't get him mentioned, like Sun Also Sets. Would have been fun if they took place in the same universe. It would be. But it's a fun film. I say just watch it. It's just, if you don't want to see a film that takes itself too seriously. So I give Delirious an 8 out of 10, and that's the end of John Candy Month. Rest in peace. You were a funny guy.